What's up YouTube? It's X-Man here, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down my qualifying run from last season. So I'm going to be breaking down every single obstacle, like how they all worked, how I prepared for everything, and that is pretty much it. So let's get straight into it. So last season was like, I really just thought of it as my redemption season, right? Because the first 2 years, I didn't even hit a single buzzer. Like every single time I ran the course, I fell in the water. So this time I just really wanted to get my first buzzer, you know? And after looking at the course, like I was extremely confident. Like the course was pretty much everything that I was good at. So yeah, let's break this down. So when it comes to Ninja Warrior qualifying courses, there is 6 obstacles, right? And in this course that we ran, the 6 obstacles, the first obstacle was called pole vault. The second obstacle was called reel to reel. The third obstacle was called spinning bridge. The fourth obstacle was called heavy metal. The fifth obstacle was called jawbreakers. And the sixth obstacle is always the warped wall. So I'm going to be taking you guys through one by one on each of these obstacles and what I basically thought about them. So obstacle number 1 was pole vault. Honestly, when it came to this one, I was very excited about this because the steps, like, so the first 2 seasons I competed, the first obstacle was something called tricking steps. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. But that obstacle was a lot more terrifying than it looks, right? So the hardest part of Ninja Warrior is just like when you're at the starting line, and looking at those steps was pretty terrifying, at least in my opinion. But looking at pole vault, it was just a fucking giant pole sticking up that he jumped out to. I really liked that obstacle as a starter, and it was so hilariously easy. You literally just jump on a pole, you climb up, and then you ride out to dismount. So yeah, this one felt good. It was exactly what I said. I jumped out to it. I started off fine, and one thing that I loved about this obstacle was I love starting off a course on the show with an explosive move. Like starting off the course with that obstacle that we start off with for like the first 2 seasons, like it was just scary. But looking down at that pole, it's like that shit wasn't scary at all. So that's the first obstacle. That was easy. Second obstacle was something called reel to reel. Now I practiced obstacles like this like so many times. Training for Ninja Warrior, you always train in the formula that the show is, and everybody knows that the second obstacle is always some sort of lache obstacle. A lache is just when you jump your body from one thing to another. That's basically all it is. And this obstacle felt smooth. You wrote it down. You had to go on that first one. If you didn't go on that first one, then I'm not gonna say you were fucked, but it was kind of hard to recover after that. So But yeah, it felt really smooth. I practiced obstacles like that so many times, a countless number of times. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, that's pretty easy. So the third obstacle was spinning bridge. And this one was one that I had absolutely zero nerves for. But the reason for that is because this was my 3rd time doing it, I believe. Yeah, because I did it my first season in the semifinals. I did it my second season in the semifinals. And then when I saw it again, I just laughed. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But what I love about this obstacle, though, is it's not a balance obstacle that requires a lot of technique. Like, you literally just hit the tops of the balls, you run across, and you dive. That's exactly what I did. I got through it. It was pretty simple. Next obstacle was something called heavy metal. Now, this one was so much fun. It was so much fun. So the obstacle starts off with a bar. It's like a coat hanger looking deal with rings on it. Like, obviously, I'm putting on the screen. But it wasn't even that heavy. Like people in the tent were saying, people after the run were saying that it was heavy. It really wasn't that bad. It was probably like 8 pounds or something like that. But yeah, you jump it once and then you do a backwards move and then you do a forwards move that drops. So this obstacle it felt fine. The only part that I was nervous on was the backwards move, because when it comes to backwards moves like that, you really just don't know how they're gonna feel like your first time doing them. But the first move felt fine. I turned around the little hook, and then the back move felt fine too. There's 2 different ways that you can do a backward move like that. And the first one is straight up the way I did it, how I just swung backwards and brought it with me. And another one is like a coffin, where like you kind of load your body up and then pull. I honestly have no idea why I didn't do the coffin. I feel like that would have been so much easier, but it's okay. It's whatever. But what I did worked. And then I spun around again, and then I went to the last move. It dropped a little bit, perfectly fine. Dismount, cool. Now the fifth obstacle is where I fell in qualifying my first 2 years that I ran the course. So obviously, when it came to this obstacle, I was a little bit nervous, but not really. Like we got the easiest fifth obstacle known to man. Like because here's the thing about this fifth obstacle, right? I've at least practiced that exact same obstacle so many times in training. I'll put some clips on the screen right now. And every time I practiced that obstacle in training, the version that I practiced was 1,000 times harder than the show. I remember in rules, we looked down at the course, and when we saw that obstacle, honestly, a lot of us just kind of laughed because we looked at it and we were just like, for example, right? The cages that we put the bars into, in training, the cages, I swear, like, probably putting in cages like this big. On the show, the cage that the bar went into was like this big. So like, unless you're Stevie Wonder, you were not missing that. So yeah. It felt good. And then none of the moves were even flat. Like every time I've trained them, like in a gym, like the cradles were flat, so it required a lot more precision. But none of the cradles were flat. Like I feel like this obstacle, it was literally all nerves. Like it was literally all nerves. Like if my nerves were cool, then I would have been fine, and it felt perfectly fine. The first move wasn't even like, the first move was like straight up. So like you really just get it in there. The second move wasn't that like, it was literally the easiest fifth obstacle that I think that like I've ever seen on the show. Like if we're being honest, but I was not complaining. I was really happy when I saw it. And when I landed, it was just like, I really do not understand like the feeling of when I landed off that fifth obstacle. Like, because when you land off there, you know you're gonna get up the wall. The wall is easy. So when you land, you're just like thinking like, wow, I'm finally gonna get my buzzer. So man, I landed, I ran up that wall, then I finally hit that buzzer. I hit that buzzer like 35 times. Like I was so excited for it. And it just felt so good. Like it felt so good. Like that was literally like to that point, that was the best night of my life. Just like accomplishing something that I've wanted to accomplish for so long, and just finally being able to do it. It was amazing. Then after I ran, I just shit on all my friends, and I enjoyed the rest of the night. But yeah, that's me talking about my first qualifying buzzer. It was crazy. I'm still so blessed like that. I even get that opportunity every year, and I'm gonna be on the show again this year. So stay tuned for that. But that's really all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.